Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. This is episode 6 of 123 Podcast. How you doing, Brant?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing great. Tomorrow's New York Comic Con, and
Yes.
we're recording this episode a little bit late this week. And Brant, you want to explain to everybody why? I mentioned it on Twitter that we were going to be explaining why it's late.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a number of reasons. I mean, obviously, we've both been very busy and that kind of thing. That's, your typical stuff. But really, the main reason we're a little bit late with this is because we were talking and we decided to kind of alter the format a little bit. And so what we're going to do, because we've noticed we're getting later and later with these, and we don't want to do that for you guys. And it's by the time our episode goes up, you're wanting us to talk about the new episode of Raw, yeah. So what we've decided to do is start posting these on Wednesdays, and we'll be talking about the previous week's Smackdown and the current week's Raw, or as Chris drops stuff, or NXT if we're not talking Smackdown. But either way, that's going to be kind of the new format. It's not going to be like Raw, Smackdown. We're going to end with Raw, and it'll be the current Raw. So this particular episode, because we're so late, we're actually going to be covering 2 episodes of Raw, SmackDown, and the Saturday night event from Madison Square Garden. And then next week we'll be covering NXT TakeOver, SmackDown, and Raw. So that's going to be our new format, and that's kind of why we waited.
Next Wednesday, or was it this Wednesday?
It's this Wednesday, but I said next episode we'll be covering.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because I didn't watch this Wednesday's episode yet.
No. No, it was tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, as we're recording this. So that's why we waited till Wednesday to put this one up instead of going ahead and putting it up Monday. But yeah, things were just so hectic trying to get to that point, and we were like, we've been running behind so much that we need to change up the format so we can do this, get this up in time for you guys. So.
Right. And also, once the books start getting made again, because right now we're on like a little bit of a brief vacation from the books to set up for the books. Once we start publishing our books, also things are going to be even more hectic. So
yeah,
this format works better for me. Also, I think it's great, and it's a good way to bring NXT into the podcast because we've wanted to cover it for a while now. So now we'll be able to, and it'll be fun.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, since this will be going up on Wednesday, we'll be able to talk about what's coming up on NXT, and we'll be like, okay, so tonight, new episode of NXT, and we'll be covering that on the very next episode and that kind of thing. So that'll be cool. And, I was going to say something else about this, too, and it just totally left me. I don't know.
If it hits you during the cast, you just blurt it out somewhere.
Yeah, it was something about another, I don't know what it was about. I have no idea, so we'll just move on.
Well, I would like to kick this off with the dumbest thing that I've seen, and you shared it with me today. I'm sorry, but I can understand why TNA is getting kicked off of its network now. Matt Hardy, spoilers intended here, because if you've been under a rock, I mean, they've been talking about it all day today anyway. Matt Hardy won the TNA championship, but apparently Dixie Carter's nephew?
Yeah, okay. This because you don't know anything about TNA.
This episode is brought to you by boiled eggs, which smell about as much as TNA.
And butterscotch dum-dums.
Which, again, speaks like TNA.
All right, Matt Hardy, first of all, Matt Hardy won the title at Down for Glory, which happened this past Sunday, I think.
Which is their best pay-per-view, honestly.
Yeah. That's their WrestleMania, I believe. Whatever. Okay, so Ethan Carter III, or EC3, he's not actually Dixie Carter's nephew, but he plays Dixie Carter's nephew, of course. So, he's been kind of a major player in the past year or two in the company. So, yeah, he filed some kind of injunction because of the way that Matt Hardy won, supposedly. So Monday, Matt Hardy decides, okay, I'm going to drop the title because I can't defend the title on TV anymore, and you guys deserve a champion that can defend the title on TV. So he held the title for one day and just gave up and said, okay, I'm no longer champion anymore.
And then they wonder why the Hardys are coming back to WWE.
Yeah, and so now there was like a press conference with Dixie Carter and Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins, because now he's a CEO in the company or whatever. Yeah, he's a TNA executive. I know. So they're going to have a world title series to declare a new champion. So basically, it's kind of like a tournament, but not really.
Oh my God.
So yeah, Matt Hardy was champion for a day.
Wrestling anymore?
I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on with that. It's just so stupid, and this is why I don't watch TNA anymore. It got so stupid I couldn't stand it anymore.
It was good when not Bobby Heenan. Who was it? Larry Zbyszko was the CEO. Dixie Carter was behind the scenes, and Larry Zbyszko called all the matches. He had a lot of old WCW wrestlers there. It was so much better. What happened? Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, exactly. It was better. It was better when the focus of the company was on the X division.
Yeah, and then Hulk Hogan came.
Yeah. So, as we talked about before, TNA is losing their network at the end of the year. It was
a lot more.
Yeah, it was supposed to be this month, I think, that they were supposed to lose it, but they ended up extending it till the end of December, and they said talks are ongoing, and they're trying to get several different networks to pick them up. I don't even know which networks.
Cartoon Network definitely has to be one.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, they're on Destination America. You can't go much lower than that right now. I'm sorry. They're going to end up on Ion Television.
They were on CMT, and that has nothing to do with the wrestling. That wrestling, at least.
True. Well, I think it was TNN, the Nashville network, not CMT. It was one of those country networks.
No, I think it was CMT. I could be wrong.
Oh, maybe it was.
I'm not sure, because I remember I didn't. Jeez, I don't even know now.
But the only connection was that at that time, TNA was based in Tennessee.
That could be why also, right.
Yeah. But now they're in Orlando. So, I don't know. They were on Spike for a while, and then they just went downhill. Now they're on...
They spiked.
Now they're losing Destination America, which is a channel I didn't even know existed until TNA got on there.
Oh, I knew that it existed. I watched a couple of documentary shows on there. And shows, so.
I'd never heard of it. But now they're losing that, so who knows? That's crazy. But win the title and give it up the next day, how ridiculous is that? That's just, why did they even win it? That's stupid.
Matt Hardy deserved to have that belt. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not watching TNA. I have no clue what's going on. But if you're going to keep this EC3 guy, I mean, I remember there were highlights on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, let's just see what's happening. And it's this spoiled punk. Oh, come on. It's like WCW didn't even do that bull crap. I mean, they had David Arquette.
Yeah.
Arquette thing, which I thought was pretty ridiculous, but this is redonkulous.
It's pretty stupid, yeah. I agree.
Another thing that I find that's very stupid is two things that we're going to discuss tonight. The rinse and repeat of so many of the matches over the next the three shows we're going to talk about, the matches are all the same wrestlers. The only story arc that I feel is really evolving is the Seth Rollins one, because he has a new opponent apparently every pay-per-view. The Saturday main event that went on for WWE on Saturday, it was supposed to be like a pay-per-view. Belts were on the line. I hate to give you guys the worst spoiler ever here, but nothing changed hands. Nothing happened. It was like watching a glorified Raw.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there was the most special match was the cage match, and we see cage matches all the time anymore. So yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, it wasn't a bad event. I don't regret watching it. It was good matches, but you know, aside from a Brock Lesnar appearance, there was nothing really different than a Raw, like in the ring appearance. Yeah.
Did you notice that Undertaker hasn't appeared at any of these events yet, and he's going one-on-one with Brock Lesnar at the pay-per-view? That's what, 2 weeks away?
Yeah. He'll appear the week before, Monday before or something.
I mean, I understand he's getting old. I'm not knocking the man for, not being able to show up to all the events, but show up to one or two.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, last year and the year before that, he only showed up for WrestleMania, but show up for something. I mean, come on.
Even when he shows up for WrestleMania, though, he starting in the beginning or middle of probably about the beginning of February, end of January, he starts showing up. Even if it's just, appearing on a screen or just walking and standing in the ring for a second.
Right.
Yeah. something. He's there. He's there. Now we don't get his presence at all, and all we're seeing is the other side of it, where he cheated to win, and, he's just going to come out of nowhere. So I don't know. I agree with you. There's something off.
There's a lot off. There's a lot off with WWE, and things need to change, and they need to change now. And one other thing before we get into the events that it's not. I'm not going to rag on this person for doing it, because they did. Okay, CM Punk dropped a big thing. He didn't specifically point the finger at WWE, which a lot of people jumped down his throat thinking he pointed the finger at WWE. He never once in his statement said anything about WWE. Mm-hmm. He just pointed out the foundation that they were backing.
The Susan G. Komen.
Yeah. And he stated that only 3% or 10% or whatever percent, this very small percent, goes to the actual research and the rest goes into the foundation's pocket. That's true with most charities. Unfortunately, very few charities take all the proceedings they make and put it into the research because A, they need the money to sponsor to sponsor the event that they're putting on, whatever the event is. B, to hire people to help out. I mean, and then yes, there are the corporate SOBs that get the money to put in their own pocket and say, hey, I just made a lot of money off of not helping anybody, really. So all foundations are like that. The fact that CM Punk had to go out of his way to mention this one, both sides are I don't think he should have opened his mouth about it at all, but at the same time, he's not wrong. But I think he shouldn't have bothered saying anything. We all know it. As an adult, you know that most foundations, unfortunately, that's why people donate a little bit extra, because that little bit extra is the extra you hope goes for the research. But I only sponsor things that are on, what do you call it? Shoot, it left me completely. Not GoFundMe, Indiegogo, because that goes all to the projects they're doing. And, oh, come on, Brent, what's the place where the comic books, the games? Kickstarter, thank you. I was going to say Kickdown for some reason. Kickstarter. So those are projects that you know that the money's going towards the project. And if they're doing it for a charity, you know that money that they raise, the goal money goes towards the charity or to wherever else. Markiplier was very smart, and his charity work, he got the website of the charity and did it directly into the website. But again, some of that money obviously would go to the company, but at the same time, at least more of it goes to the research foundation, other than the people who are throwing the event. Yeah. Markiplier is an amazing person. He's done a lot of really great donations for a lot of really great causes and stuff. And yes, like I said, some of the money goes to the corporate, but a lot of it goes to the foundation because you're going directly to the .com, the place where people donate the money without there being an event.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I think most foundations are like that. They take a small percentage. It's part of the reality of any kind of organization like that. CM Punk, I'm not surprised he said anything. He's very vocal with his opinions. Whatever he feels, he says. He has no filter, which sometimes I feel like he should.
He's like Dan Didio.
So, a lot of people think it's like sour grapes or whatever. Who knows what his motives were, what his intentions were. Maybe he really just doesn't like that particular foundation and he just felt the need to speak up. Maybe he doesn't like that WWE's promoting it. I don't know. Maybe it is sour grapes. We don't know. Either way.
He did reply to a comment that says, why are you hating on WWE? He said, I never mentioned WWE.
Yeah.
So I guess he covered his butt by not mentioning WWE, but everybody in the world isn't stupid, okay? Yeah. We know he was pointing to them.
Yeah. My opinion is sometimes he should just keep his mouth shut. That's my personal opinion. I liked CM Punk when he was in WWE. I really did.
Me too.
I think he was an excellent wrestler. I enjoyed watching him. I enjoyed his pipe bombs whenever he dropped them, whatever, and so on and so forth. But
it reminds me of what's his name? Scott Steiner. Steiner always liked to talk his mind, but Scott Steiner was a little bit less vocal. He didn't pick a fight. When he was in a fight, he finished it. He never started.
I just, I know he's left wrestling. He doesn't want to have anything to do with it anymore. He's moved on. He's doing something else. UFC, MMA, whatever. But I think he should remember what gave him that break. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That was wrestling. That was WWE. So.
Or he'll probably argue ECW, but ECW is part of WWE now, so.
Yeah. So.
Either way,
whatever.
It's still wrestling. Wrestling brought him in.
Mm-hmm. So. I don't know.
It was just annoying. That was annoying today also.
Yeah. He's injured, by the way.
Yep. He hurt himself in his last, I forgot where he wrestles. Ring of Honor? Is it Ring of Honor? No.
No, he's doing MMA. He's not even wrestling. Yeah. He's doing real fighting.
Real?
As he keeps calling wrestling fake all over Twitter.
We know that wrestling's fake. I love how wrestlers who have bad taste in their mouth because of the way they were screwed over by... And I'm sure if it was me, I'd feel the same exact way. I mean, I feel the same exact way about DC Comics, so I can understand why sour wrestlers would continually bash on wrestling, calling it fake or whatever, especially if they're not in it anymore. But man, we know it's fake. As an audience, the kids are the only ones that really believe, I believe, that, it's like Santa Claus. The kids look at it and they're like, that's why they probably went PG. But again, to go PG for the kid demographic,
it's also for the advertisers and sponsors and stuff like that. It's what the market wanted at that time. I think it's slowly kind of veering away from that and going. It's just cyclical. It was PG before, and before that it wasn't. So it's just it's the way it goes.
You know what's scaring me also? One last thing, and then we'll get into the event, I promise. John Cena is supposed to be taking a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
When has John Cena ever taken a vacation?
I know, unless he's like working on a movie where he's injured, he's always there. He's that guy that just is always there. He never takes time off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this time, we understand he's not filming a movie. He's not hurt. We know from Total Divas he's not getting married or anything. So.
Ever. Well, did you ever find out if Nikki and him broke up?
I have not gotten that far yet.
Maybe he's trying to get back with Nikki. That's why he wants the vacation.
Who knows? But what we do understand, at least from the dirt sheets, is that he's supposed to be taking some time off after Hell in a Cell. He's going to be gone for most of December, but he might show up before the end of the year. I can't see him not being at the Royal Rumble in January. So, I don't know. Maybe he just needs some time. So
that means whoever he's wrestling at Hell in the Cell is going to get the belt. Who's he wrestling? And don't you dare mention anybody from New Day.
I'm not sure. Because they have not been totally forthcoming with all their matches, have they?
No, they've only mentioned the Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, Roman Reigns, and Bray Wyatt, and the rematch between Ryback and Kevin Owens.
All right, so far, we got New Day versus Dudley's that rematch. They mentioned that on this week's Raw. Got Seth Rollins versus Demon Kane. You said that. Charlotte versus Nikki. Roman versus Wyatt, and Undertaker versus Lesnar. That's all they've announced so far.
And Ryback is also going after Kevin Owens. They didn't add that yet. That was mentioned.
I guess not. Yeah. So, we don't know much. Cena's got to wrestle there. He has to.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Maybe we'll find out on Smackdown. Or next Raw, probably.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into some results really quick from last week's Raw. Let's briefly talk about a couple of things there, and then, oh, God, I can't wait till we get into this past week's Raw. Okay. And, God, you guys Barry, you better be ready with that editing, because I'm for this one.
No edit. That's what I was going to say. There's no edits on this episode. That's what I was going to say. We're not even putting the intro and outro because it's so late that we just wanted to put the whole show up. That's what I forgot to say earlier.
No edit?
I mentioned this to you earlier before we started recording.
I didn't pay attention to that part.
Just this one episode. We got to put it up because it would take all night to render it. So we apologize for that. Next week we will be back with our edits and our intros and outros and all that good stuff. I apologize for that.
It's gonna
Barry took a vacation. He's gone.
Kill Barry. I'm gonna give him triple work. Oh, Barry, you're dead when you come back next. Oh, I'm hurting on the inside. Well, anyway,
Barry's going to Suplex City.
damn right he is after this. And let's talk about the dumbest match of the night. I'm sorry. There were actually two for this Raw. Mark Henry versus Big Show, just to assert Big Show for the Saturday Night Main Event, which was dumb and a very short match. And there was one other short match, and it involved Neville.
Oh,
Yeah,
Stardust. It was Stardust.
Stardust and Neville, yet again.
Yeah. That feud needs to die. I'm sorry. That was like really dramatic. It needs to die.
That's a die. Die.
The Mark Henry Big Show one. Such a waste of time.
Yep.
There was no reason for that. We know Big Show is a strong guy. He's a giant. We don't need to see him beat Mark Henry. There was no reason, for that match whatsoever. It was pointless. And it took time away from other superstars that should have had that time.
I agree. Also, all throughout the night, this girl, Ashley, from HR, was evaluating Kane because there was a anonymous, Seth Rollins, complaint that Kane was a little bit off his rocker and not capable of handling director of operations.
Right.
So all throughout the night, he's the happy Kane, haha, and he gets the 100% A-OK from Ashley. And then Seth Rollins screws his ankle.
Yeah. He beats the crap. Didn't he pedigree him? Was that?
And yes, pedigreed him.
Yeah, because he dropped the title and Kane went to pick it up and he pedigreed him.
And the best part, I know this is jumping around, but Kane gets taken away in the ambulance. The ambulance stops, smokes up and turns red, and Kane comes out, and he just stomps his foot on the ground. He's completely
because he's limping for a couple of steps, and he's like, okay, I'm better.
I wish I could do that if I hurt my ankle.
Yeah.
I'm better now.
That's because he's the Demon Kane.
WWE, who's writing your stuff? Because I promise I'll write 20 times better than this. Stomp. I mean, if he took his, sat down and went click or something, fine. That works. Yes, I have hairy legs, thank you. That works. The stomp would break it.
I don't understand. He was stomping it back into place, is what he was
If Summer Rae showed up behind him, I would understand the automatic cure, because he wants to run away. But come on, a stomp? Put Summer Rae next to him at least. Give him a reason to want to move.
Imagine a Barry edit of Summer Rae's face on your screen right now.
I wish we could... Keep talking. Keep talking. Go ahead.
I wasn't talking. You were talking.
No.
Anyway.
Opinion now. Go right ahead. I'm doing something.
So yeah, this whole Demon Kane thing. I don't know whether you and I have different opinions on how this is playing out. I think Demon Kane, Corporate Kane, any version of Kane does not belong in a main event ever at this stage. That's just my own opinion.
Kane winning, no. Just no. There's no way Kane's going to win the belt, and they're going to take it seriously.
The funny thing is, this was a storyline that has been going on longer probably than the John Cena Seth Rollins storyline. They've had their differences since the Authority began.
Yep.
This talk about a slow build.
And he took time off, by the way, also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we saw the pictures of him in Hawaii and everything. Remember that?
Yeah, those wonderful pictures of Hawaii. I got it.
Summer Rae.
Barry, you're fired. I got my own. I got what's known as the interweb.
You know what the funny thing is? Your camera is still showing, and so is mine, and there's like a black square. It's like a fourth quadrant thing now. There's a black square up there.
Oh, look at that face. I mean, that expression is her perfectly.
You're so mean.
I'm sorry. I don't like her. Oh, and there was another perfect picture. Let's look at this picture right here.
What the heck is that?
That's her.
That's not. That's her from like the video game or something.
Maybe. Notice the mustache.
That's my face. That's what it says at the top. That's my face. That's my face.
Okay.
Chris doesn't like this right here.
I don't like any of this on her.
Okay.
Just saying.
That's weird.
I'm keeping it real. I turned it off.
I know. It's like got us stacked now. This video is gonna look so weird. I don't know what's going on with it.
Oh,
Anyway.
Summer ruined the video. Oh.
It's like I feel like I'm in the Brady Bunch now.
I stopped screen sharing.
I know. It's got like I'm on top and you're kind of on the bottom, but a little over, so we're like stair steps.
Oh, so click your video. It'll make you bigger, and then click yourself down again, and it should go back to the way it was.
Here's a story of a couple of podcasters.
Don't you dare make a theme up for no.
No, I'm not gonna make a theme.
The new Chris and Brandt show theme, everybody. It's coming.
What the? I don't know. I can't fix it. It's all right. It's fine. Now I've got two of you on my screen. I don't know what's going on here.
There's two of us now, Brandt. We're multiplying.
All right, so let's get back to the to the shows.
If this happens on video, though, for the video itself, I'm multiplying.
Maybe it'll correct itself. I don't know. That's the preview it's showing me, though. Anyway.
It is, really?
Not two of you, but us stacked on top of each other, kind of stair-stepped, yeah.
Oh.
We were side by side for a minute, but...
I apologize. I won't share.
No, I can look down at you, Chris. Hi, Chris. And you gotta look up that way.
Man, how are you?
Other way. There you go.
You were over there before, now you're over here.
Exactly. Well.
So Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt, that's still going on.
Excuse me for a second. Sorry, I'm here. I had an alarm going off on my phone.
I thought it was I'm looking. I actually went and I'm like, I know nobody's texting me.
So Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt
I'm
went through a table.
Too. I'm sick of this too. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. And not only did they do it on Raw, but they did it on SmackDown.
And on Raw again.
And on Raw again.
And on the... Did they fight on the... They didn't fight on Saturday night.
No, Saturday night they did not. I'll do a double check, but I do not believe that... No, they did not.
No, they did. Thank goodness. Oh, man. Yeah, no, it was a really good fight. It was just a straight-up fight between them, both of them. And I love the fight. But I am, like you, I'm tired of this feud. It needs to be over. And I hope Hell in a Cell is the definitive end to this feud. It's got to be, right? I mean, it's one-on-one in the cell. It's got to be the end.
Has to. 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
Also, another match that was another throwaway, and I don't even understand why they would do this, was Kevin Owens and Rusev.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't even remember seeing that match. And I may not have, and I'll get to that rant later.
Oh, Brandt. I wish you would have gotten to that at the beginning of the show, but we'll save that for the end. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not the only one, and I'm leaving it at that. But no, yeah, I remember that match. It was dumb. It was like, all right, are we starting a new feud? Is Ziggler finally done? And then Ziggler and Ryback come out.
Yeah.
It ruined it. It went right back to where it was before.
Yeah. I did. This was setting up for, No, it wasn't. Never
No, it wasn't. Nothing was setting up with them.
Was there a match on SmackDown with them?
On
A
SmackDown,
tag match?
yes.
Okay.
And Kevin Owens walked out and left Rusev. And Rusev got the super kick, and I think Ryback did his move, and that's how they won. Yeah.
Maybe that was the week before, because on SmackDown it's Owens versus Ryback for the Intercontinental title. I don't know. At some point there was some
remember it.
I remember Sheamus and I don't know. I'm so confused at this point.
This is what happened.
I know.
It's too many. And it's the same shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Stuff.
It's, we talked about this last episode. I'm all about storylines that build up and, progress naturally. But when you run it into the ground where you're seeing it twice a week and on pay-per-views, and then it doesn't end at the pay-per-view, and then you're going 3 pay-per-views deep and it's the same feud, you got to get new writers or something, because you've got more talent than this that you can mix things up and change things around.
You know what they're doing that with? The Divas.
Yeah.
The Diva matches are all over the place. Singles matches, tag matches, 6-man or women, tag matches, belts, NXT tonight. I saw the highlight, which ruined the women's fight for me. But, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that the women are going through. And I'll tell you, the Devolution, I don't care who started it. Whoever started it did an excellent job. And the Devolution is just continuing. And they're not, oh, my nail. These are legit wrestlers.
Yeah.
And I also love, what's her name from Team Bad? Her shoes.
Oh, Naomi. The light-up shoes?
Yes.
Yeah, I love those too.
Pair. I want a pair so bad. I'm watching the match this Raw, and I'm like, her shoes are lighting up.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
I want one.
When she turned bad, when she turned heel for the first time, she started wearing those. And it was funny. That was on the last episode of Total Divas that I watched. She was having a conflict because she didn't want to be a bad person because that's not her. And she was like, I got all this cool gear, I want to wear it. And she's like, but it doesn't fit with the heel personality. But she wore it anyway, and she made it work. And she's been wearing those light-up shoes ever since. I love them. Yeah.
I love them. Wasn't she dating Wade Barrett?
No, that's Fox. That's Alicia Fox.
That's the boss.
No, that's Sasha Banks.
Oh, well, that's Nikki. Team Nikki.
Yeah.
The Team Bellas. Okay.
Right. Yeah, no, Naomi's married to one of the Usos.
I know we're going all the way into the other world, but did Jimmy Superfly Snuka's daughter even wrestle in that match? Did they even tag her in?
I don't remember her being tagged in.
No. She didn't fight. Is she literally like the big, ugly, butch bodyguard or something?
I don't know. Yeah, I know Sasha wrestled a lot. Naomi was in there.
Oh, she got her butt kicked, Naomi.
Yeah.
She did.
Till the end, and then she did the rear view thing, and then she got hit by something. Tamina might have come in at the end when they were all, like, doing finishers. She might have super kicked somebody or something. I don't remember.
That was it. She wasn't in the match.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think she was even tagged in. Wow.
I think that Paige should have said something about her, not about Natalya, that's for sure. But beside the point, going back to this past Raw, did we miss anything since we've gone on a rant? Because it was voting for the Saturday night event. I know that.
Yeah. There was so much talking in the ring. Nothing important, I don't think. The PCB versus Team Bella, where Paige walked out.
Paige walked out of several matches.
Yeah, true.
No, this match she walked out of. The next match she did, and then we'll get to the Saturday night main event. But okay, so Raw for the most part's done then.
Yeah, for the most part. Everything that matters.
Let's go to the 6-woman tag for Smackdown, which was, again, Team Bella versus Team Bad. Team Bad won that one as well.
Yeah.
So Team Bad is a 2 for 2 so far.
Yeah, they're really building up Sasha Banks. They're making her like she's the it. And it, rightly deserved. She's excellent. But wow.
But who's the bad guys in this though? Because Team Bell is hated. Team Bad is supposedly hated. So who do you root for? I was rooting for Team Bad. I love Team Bad.
Yeah, I do too. That's the weird thing. Team Bad are bad guys. Team Bella's bad guys. And 1/3 of PCB is a bad guy. So it's like.
Well, I don't care what you say. I have no care in the world for PCB anymore because I love Paige. So
yeah.
PCB, I could care less what happens to them now. I mean, Becky is awesome when she wrestles, if she ever does wrestle. But I have no care in the world for Charlotte, to be honest with you. I want to see Paige or Sasha or not Nikki or Brie or the other one that's with
Alicia
the Fox. I don't know. None of them with the belt, but
I wouldn't mind Naomi. I think she's a really good wrestler. I wouldn't mind seeing her with the belt.
Which one?
Naomi, light up shoes.
Okay, yes.
I wouldn't mind her. Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Paige. I'm fine with
Natalya
it.
even.
Yeah. Yeah, because Natalia's an excellent wrestler.
I think Charlotte's an excellent wrestler too, but I don't think I think that for her, I would be trying to aim for what her father has, like the 14-time world heavyweight champion. Try to be like the 15-time women's heavyweight champion, you know?
See, I'm the exact opposite of that.
She should be a longer reigning champion than more times.
No, I kind of want her to not emulate Ric Flair at all.
Oh, you want her to be her own person?
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind the figure 8 thing, but the strutting and the woos and all this stuff, that it just
doesn't fit.
Yeah, it's getting old. I would rather her just develop her own personality and be her own person.
The strutting, I think she stopped doing a lot of. The woos need to end.
Yeah.
They need to end tomorrow, tonight.
Yeah, I do like when she says, "I'll do it with a little flair." I think that's clever.
That's your catchphrase.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, just do something different. You know, I mean, obviously she does moves that her father would never dream of doing, but you know what I mean, though.
Oh, absolutely. Woo! And now, okay, we talked about Ryback versus Owens. Why? Why did they do it on SmackDown?
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be at Hell in the Cell.
That's
like Ryback's going to win.
That's a weird place to have that match. It's like, okay, SmackDown doesn't matter, but let's throw this kind of important match and do it like a watered down version of it. I don't understand. I don't understand the reason SmackDown exists anymore. I really don't.
And then right after that was a match we saw from the last pay-per-view. Neville and the Lucha Dragons versus the Cosmic Wasteland. We saw it!
Yeah. It's the reason that keeps going on is because they don't know what the heck to do with any of those 6 guys. They have nothing else for them.
Wrong.
That's it.
Because King Barrett came back.
Okay, that's
and
true.
Beat the crap out of Neville and Stardust.
Let's see, I didn't see any of that.
We'll get to that.
We will get to that.
We're going to get there. We're getting there. We're almost there. You can talk about that very soon.
Yeah. I'm just saying, in my estimation, it's like they don't know what to do with them because it's the same old junk. I'm not seeing anything different.
Oh, this was a really good match. The Dudley Boys and Demon Kane versus New Day and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Kane at ringside. Corporate Kane.
Yes.
Corporate Kane tries to help out. He gets in the way, gets hurt, gets dragged out. I love the moment where he looks back and he goes... And then he gets taken out. And then 5 minutes later, not even 2 minutes later, I swear that suit must be one of those things where you do this.
He must.
No. It has to be, because there's no way he's going to unbutton that whole thing, pull off the pants, get the boots on, the arm. He has to have that stuff.
It's got to be snap away and then put the mask on and go. There's no way.
He didn't put the mask on right on SmackDown because you could see he has his short hair.
Yeah, you could see the hair, yeah. That was funny. But yeah, no, that was a good match. I agree. Which was surprising for SmackDown. It was a solid main event.
And then it was over.
Yeah. With build-up, though, for the main program that's going on right now. So, you know, with the world title. I thought that was cool.
And ironically, that was it? Really? That was 1, 2, 3, 4 matches? There were only 4 matches?
There was a lot. If you remember, didn't it open up with Rollins in the ring or something? Or no, Kane in the ring.
Yes. Kane in the ring because he was in the crutches and he was very disappointed. He's trying to convince Rollins that he's not the Demon Kane. He doesn't understand why Rollins did it. Now he's upset at Rollins because he can't walk again.
Yeah. It was so... there's so much in the ring talking anymore. I mean, I thought it was bad when Triple H would come out and open every show, but it's gotten to the point where it's more talking than it is wrestling, and it's we'll get to that with the next Raw too.
Yeah, but we're in pay-per-view time now,
Yeah.
and this match kind of threw me for it was a nice opener.
Mm-hmm.
This we're gonna go from one to the other because this counts.
This is where Sheamus booted Rusev. That's right. Okay.
Randy Orton, Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus and Rusev. This is basically a way to get Ziggler versus Rusev without it just being straight up Ziggler versus Rusev.
Yeah, same thing with Orton versus Sheamus because they were building that little feud
for a while.
Yeah, but yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it was a decent match.
opener.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good opener, and I love the finish with Orton and Ziggler just kind of teaming up. They've made a really good team. I was really kind of surprised.
Orton's not really a team player, so yeah,
Yeah,
I was very surprised with that.
yeah, he teamed up really well with Ambrose and Reigns on the coming Raw too. But
Yeah. Then we had Neville versus Stardust again, and
I-
Neville won.
yeah,
Again.
I barely even watched that match.
King Barrett again. And then moving on from that segue, how long? I love how this website has it. The shortest match of the night. Oh no, I'm sorry. The shortest match of the night was the tag match, but only by a few seconds. But
No, actually, the shortest match of the night.
oh my God, I'm wrong. Yes,
Yeah.
it's Brock Lesnar versus The Big Show. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
apologize. Never mind. Let's keep going then.
Okay.
Do you have any comment for Neville versus Stardust at this point? Because for me, it's like I'm tired of it. I don't care. I actually, no lie, I got up like I'm gonna do now, and I went to go get something to eat. But in this case, I'm just grabbing my can behind camera to drink.
No, yeah, I feel the same way. It's like when that match comes on, I know Neville is a nice cherry coke. I know Neville is a fantastic wrestler, and I've always liked Cody Rhodes too. I think they're both really good wrestlers, but the feud disinterests me so much that I don't even remember watching this match, even though I know I did. I was probably doing something else while it was on. Maybe I took a bathroom break. I don't know. But yeah, I'm so sick of this feud. I wanted it to be over when Stephen Amell came in and did the whole tag match. I wanted it to end there.
That would have been a perfect ending too.
Yeah.
Next was the Divas.
Yeah.
Bellas versus PCB, and this time the tables were turned on Paige. Charlotte and Becky walked away and left Paige all by herself, and of course the Bellas won.
Yeah.
And you don't think that Paige is going to interrupt Charlotte's match at Hell in the Cell?
Oh, of course she is. Yeah.
And
But
so is Talia, and so is Team Bad, and so is every other diva that gets involved in this.
I did like that twist, though. I liked that it wasn't just the same old stuff. I love that they jumped down. I was like, okay, that's cool. But then I felt bad for Paige, so it kind of backfired.
I thought it would have been better if Charlotte and Becky turned heel right there. I was like, oh, good. Let me hate you instead of hating Paige. I hate you both right now. And I like Becky when she wrestles, if she ever wrestles.
Which is
But
never.
Exactly. But I'm fine with Charlotte turning heel. Good. Gives me a reason not to like her.
That would have been perfect because it would have been a swerve we wouldn't have seen coming.
Exactly.
That would have been good. See, you need to hire us, WWE.
Oh yeah, we would swerve, and you don't even need Jackass for that. I mean, we just put Swerve in there.
There you go.
The next match was a nice little match that I knew Chris Jericho was going to lose because, come on,
Right.
really. Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. It looked great. It was awesome. My one complaint is they did exactly the same thing again. He raked the eyes and he pinned Jericho. And I still agree with you, Brent. How does a rake an eye pin a person?
Yeah, exactly. It's just so stupid, and it's stupid that they make Kevin Owens have to cheat all the time. He's better than that. He should be better than that. He should win clean sometimes. Not all the time, because he's a heel, but sometimes. Let him win clean. I know he can't be Brock Lesnar, but he's got to win clean sometimes. I did like the fact that... I'm sorry. You had a thought. Go ahead with
No. I'm still thinking. Keep going.
Okay.
While I'm thinking. Go.
I did like the fact that Jericho came out there and was like, given the history of him in that arena and wrestling and all that stuff. I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought so too. No, what I was thinking was Kevin Owens was never a face. He was always a heel, right?
You know, I don't know. I don't think so. I think him and some other NXT guys were like really good friends, and Sami Zayn. And then Sami Zayn won the title, the NXT title, and then Kevin Owens turned on him and beat him up.
Okay. Because I think Kevin Owens would be an interesting face because then he wouldn't be able to cheat to win, so he'd have to actually use his talent.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was a nice extra match. I mean, obviously they had to make, the 6 matches or the 7 matches to make it an official event, which just definitely felt like an in-house, like a house event. But it was promoted as the same thing.
I mean, it was cool. Like I said, I don't regret watching it. I think overall it was a decent event. It was nice seeing Chris Jericho in there, and it was. I'm sure he was putting over fellow Canadian Kevin Owens a little bit, which I think was cool. That's cool of Jericho to kind of do that for younger superstars.
Oh yeah, definitely. So what do you think about the next match though?
Next match, Dudley Boys versus New Day. And who wins? Dudley Boys by disqualification. No title change. So we can see the same match over again at Hell in a Cell.
Oh, I forgot something at Smackdown. Remember Primetime said after the Saturday event to the Dudley Boys that it's going to be Primetime? I wonder if they're going to be pissed off now because, again, it's going to be the Dudleys versus New Day again for the belt.
I really hope it turns into a triple threat.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because, yeah, you're right. It was supposed to be primetime after this event. So, but the Dudleys didn't win. Still, they should have gotten their shot. And, yeah, I hope it turns into that. Otherwise, what's primetime even there for? We're back to – that's the one thing I can't stand WWE does. They build up their tag division for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, then they kill it and just focus on two teams, and it just goes back and forth between those two teams, and then it just dies for a while. It's like, just keep going. When you get on a roll with it, just keep going with it.
Do you remember those wonderful matches, the TLC matches between the Hardys, the Dudleys, and the Edge and Christian team? Mm-hmm. Oh, those matches, man. Those were unique, one of a kind. You couldn't replicate it unless you literally got like the same group of tag team, like the same personalities in that. Oh, those matches were gorgeous. Yeah. Between the tables and the ladders, and the chairs weren't used too much, but it was what they did on those ladders that really it set that thing to new heights, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, that was the golden era of tag wrestling for me. I mean, even just that whole era, even in WCW, you had tons of tag teams. Right before that era, you had, like, the Steiners and the Road Warriors and the Harlem Heat and all that stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, I'd love to get back to that level of tag team wrestling again. We just don't see that anymore.
Exactly, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now... why wasn't this the main event? It was promoted as the main event, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. The whole thing was about Brock Lesnar's Hell Tour going to Hell in a Cell. That was the whole reason for this.
And it's not the main event because it's the next match, Brock Lesnar versus Big Show.
And it's the shortest match on the card.
And the longest match is the one that comes up next.
Yeah.
Ironically, wow, was it really that long, the last match?
I guess so.
You could take all of the other matches and... wait, let me move your picture a minute to make sure I'm right. Yeah, you could take most of the other matches, add their times together, and that's how much the main event, which was, again, Seth Rollins versus John Cena for the United States Championship, which we knew Seth Rollins wasn't going to win, by the way. That was ridiculous. Brock Lesnar should have been the main event, even if it was 4 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it was like a 2-hour event, right?
Right. Had to be.
Yeah, so that main event was like, what, a fourth of the entire show? That's crazy when you have 9 matches, including it was 7 matches,
yeah, and then there was 2 dark matches.
Right. So 7 matches, out of 7 matches, it took up a fourth of the whole thing. That's ridiculous. Well, anyway, so Brock Lesnar and Big Show, I thought that was a decent match for what it was. Big Show was, at first he was giving him a good run for his money. Mm. Even chokeslammed him, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Got right back up.
Yeah. But then, once he started suplexing, you knew it was over. It was just not going to stop from there. Mm-hmm. So, suplexes, F5, done. And then, of course, on Raw, he comes up and tries to shake his hand, and he's like, no, I'll just F5 you again. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a really short match. It was a decent match, but it was like, why is this not the main event, like you said?
Because that was the whole point of this, Saturday WWE Madison Square Garden live event.
Mm-hmm.
And no offense, I don't understand why John Cena and Seth Rollins deserve the main spotlight on a house show.
I mean, I get it's the world title, but it wasn't.
It was the United
It was
States.
for the U.S. title. It wasn't even for the world title. It's world champion. Is what I meant to say. But it was for the U.S. title. Why is the U.S. title getting the main event over Brock Lesnar? Okay, whatever.
That's what kind of threw me off. I thought the event was over, and I'm like, but there's still like a half hour left, and then
No.
I hear, oh, up next is the John Cena Seth Rollins cage match.
Yeah.
What? Where? Really?
Exactly.
They have another match? Okay, here we go. Got another match, and there's Kane. Oh wow!
Didn't see that coming. Oh no, that blew my socks off. I didn't know that.
Mind. Especially when Seth was on the top of the cage, and there's Kane. So,
Yeah.
oh, Seth, what are you gonna do? You're gonna jump back in the cage at the Frog Splash, aren't you? Trying to copy
Jeff Hardy or something? Oh, Eddie Guerrero.
Jeff Hardy, Frog Splash, Eddie Guerrero.
RVD, maybe?
No, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
And fail!
Yeah.
Fail!
Okay, here's my thing. Okay. All right, first of all, the match itself was okay. It wasn't their best match, John Cena and Rollins. It wasn't their best match, but it was okay. It was fun to watch, whatever. When Rollins gets up on the cage and Kane's music hits, he sits there. Kane does not run. Kane slowly walks down to the ring, okay? Rollins sits there on top of the cage, freaking out. By the time Kane got down there, he could have been down the cage, out the crowd, and into his
And
car.
with the belt.
Yeah. What the heck? I mean, that was just so stupid, him waiting that whole time. It would have been different if, like, he was shocked for a second and stunned that he was there, and then John Cena ran up and grabbed his leg or something.
Right, something that'll give John the moment to regain his balance. But he was on the mat the whole time.
Yeah, and just laying there perfectly still, and it's like, yeah, he's really going to be that long to be hit by a move after you've sat up there for a year and contemplated, all your life choices and decided to jump off the cage.
My ass would have left that cage down. I would have grabbed the belt from whoever was holding the belt, because it would have been near the announce table.
Yeah.
I would have had my ass over the railing, up the steps. I win. Bye-bye.
Exactly. It made no sense, but whatever. It is what it is. It's wrestling. There's no logic there.
Hey, he could have gone on vacation right there.
Yeah, that's true. So, obviously, Cena wins.
Obviously.
Yeah, Cena wins, and Kane gets his hands on Rollins again.
And does the same thing to him.
Yeah. So, which leads us into Raw.
Oh, do we have to?
Yes, we have to. It's the last one, though.
All right, well, Brock Lesnar is cutting his... See, this is what I mean. This should have been the main event. It opened up with Brock Lesnar again.
Yeah.
Posting how Hell in the Cell, he's coming after The Undertaker, and then Big Show comes out and runs his mouth and then gets suplexed about 50 million times again.
Was it just me, or was that opening so long?
It was?
It felt long to me. I don't know why. It felt really long to me.
Because there was a lot of bullshit, and then finally he lets loose and he does a few suplexes on the Big Show and then F5s him.
Yeah.
I was like, that was telemark. That was telemark, though. You knew that was going to happen. You knew Big Show was going to push him too far, and...
Oh, of course. Yeah. Because Brock still has to show that he's this big bad guy. We haven't seen that before. We need to be reminded every week so we know that he can be a threat to The Undertaker again.
And the best part was Big Show was supposed to be Seth Rollins' tag partner.
Yeah.
Against the Dudley Boys. Why was he going after the Dudley Boys?
Yeah.
What was his problem with the Dudley Boys? That was two events ago. Where are you going against the Dudley Boys? I'm gonna go against the Dudley Boys because I'm Seth Rollins and I can.
That was out of nowhere. Yeah, that was weird. But okay, it's fine. So we know Kane is going to be his partner now.
No, yeah, because Kane says, "Oh, Seth, I love you. I back you. I'll be a partner."
Yeah,
That was smart. We'll leave this match for last then.
Yeah.
But this I was texting, and I was watching Raw because Brad came up with this idea on Monday, a half hour into Raw. So I kind of missed the whole Brock Lesnar thing, thank you God. And I jumped in on this match. And the first thing I wrote to you on Facebook was, I don't believe it. Again, I'm tired of seeing the same stuff over and over. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Randy Orton versus the Wyatt family. Why, oh why, are we getting this? Now, I have a feeling, how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet Thursday, tonight, because this is going up probably Thursday morning. I'm not coming home from New York Comic Con to watch another Roman Reigns versus, or Dean Ambrose or Randy Orton versus a Wyatt family person. Don't you dare look it up. I don't want to know.
I gotta look it up now. I'm sorry. Yeah, I barely even watched this match, and
I did too.
let me say this: the Brock Lesnar opening may have felt so long to me because the way I watched it, it took up like a third of the whole show. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Calm down, Ron.
I'm good. But no, this match, it was like, I've seen this before. I don't really need to see it again. So I was like sitting here working or whatever, and I would look up every once in a while at the match.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah. I will say the ending was cool. I liked the way that Orton worked together with them. It was like hyped up and it was exciting a little bit just towards the end. But beyond that, it was just another match with those guys. It was boring.
And then a match you didn't see, which was Neville versus Sheamus. That was the shortest match. I would dare say it was shorter than the Brock Lesnar Big Show match. And King Barrett was at ring, in the announce table. He didn't do anything. That's the thing. He just stood there, and Neville was beating the crap out of Sheamus. Sheamus snaps out of it. Brogue kicks him, and it's over.
Yeah.
The end.
That does not surprise me at all.
That was a very dumb match, and I understand why Hulu for you, Brant, left that match out. That match I can understand, because that was a waste of time, and it was like, why, again, is Sheamus going after Neville, or vice versa? What's the point of this match?
Right.
However, this match you didn't see, and you missed a very good match.
All right, before you tell me that, Smackdown tonight, Roman Reigns.
Oh, don't you dare!
And Randy Orton.
No!
Against Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman.
No! Don't touch!
Oh, Lord. All right, Stone Cold.
I'm gonna stun every writer in the God-forsaken WWE.
Anyway, you were about to say what match I missed that was really good, or something.
Give me a minute.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God, Summer Rae, you're the new Lucifer of the world. Oh, God. Oh, God, somebody has to save the W. Okay. All right, I'm good.
Oh, yes, I know which match you're talking about now.
Okay, Natalya versus Paige. This match was great, except for the outcome. But at the same time, for the people who are, who like the faces and not the heels, this was a good match. Natalya went to knock some sense into Paige, because Paige lately has been saying she's big shit, so Natalya's like, okay, let's fight, and I'm going to prove to you that you're not. And Natalya's related to the Hart family.
She
went to the Hart, the dungeon.
Yeah, she's Jim the Anvil Neidhart's daughter. He was Bret Hart's tag team partner. And
so she went through the dungeon that Bret Hart runs.
Yeah, she calls Bret Uncle Bret, and she's married to Tyson Kidd, who was also trained by the dungeon. She may be related somehow, I don't know. But yeah, she's part of the whole Hart dynasty.
Foundation, yeah. So she puts Paige in the sharpshooter, and it's over. And you just see Paige. I wanted to run into the ring and hug her. She's just sitting there with that sad face, like she just lost her puppy. And I'm like, I'll help you. I'm not going to beat a girl up for you, but I'll be there. That was a good match. And I don't understand why you didn't get to see it. Maybe because it has nothing to do with nothing, but this was a very good match.
This match should have been included.
It should have. I mean, I'm sure you read the whole rundown of the match. It was very good.
I'm reading it. I was reading it while you were talking about it. Yeah. Should I interject my rant here, or
No.
should I wait? Oh, I should wait till after something else. Yeah.
You should wait. Yeah.
Okay.
Because there is another match you missed. Oh no! You missed. No, you didn't miss another match. You missed something worse.
Yeah, I missed something else.
Yeah. I'm not even wasting my time with Kevin Owens versus.
Oh, I missed that match too. But yeah, that was nothing.
That was a bullcrap match that we knew Kevin Owens was going to win. So they did the. Well, we're skipping over. There was a big to do in the middle of the Raw.
The cancer thing. We mentioned CM Punk, so we should mention it. They did the whole promotion. Roman Reigns and Cena. And that's all you need to know.
And then we had Corporate Kane and Seth Rollins versus the Dudley Boys. Again, something that should have been the main event.
Yeah.
Which is the precursor to the main event.
Yeah.
A precursor. So, Corporate Kane gets handcuffed. I love Seth. He's smart. He's smart. I'll give Lopez that. He's a very smart man.
Lopez. I love the nice callback. I will say this. I agree with you that this probably should have been the main event, but I kind of love that they gave the main event spot to some mid-card guys, and we'll get to that. Okay. But go ahead.
But yeah, I love how Seth knocks Kane off, and somehow the handcuffs break, and then the same thing that happened on SmackDown happened on Raw.
Yeah.
You know, Kane turned around, went.
You got to explain the handcuffs. He handcuffed Kane to the turnbuckle. Yeah. So he couldn't escape and become Demon King.
The doctor wanted to take him out. Yeah.
Right.
And then he ended up coming back anyway, and again.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But there was a twist with that. Kane was in there. He turns around and gets
3D.
Yeah, because he had beat up the Dudleys, last week or something?
Yep.
So that was kind of a nice little twist. I like that.
Yeah, but then Kane grabbed Rollins and put him through a table.
Well, yeah, but
I mean, it's like, oh, he got 3D. Yeah, it's true, he got 3D. But
yeah, well, that's because Seth was like, oh, he's down. I'll mock him and get in his face and trash talk instead of running away like I should. So he deserved getting put through that table.
Absolutely, 100%, yeah. Oh, and then the wonderful main event. Go ahead, Brant. Go. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, not yet.
The Team Bad versus Team Bella. But we talked about this where Team Bad won again. It was a very good match. The women's division, I mean, who's the announcers on Raw? Somebody was saying that it really built. I think it was JBL said that they are really building up. And somebody also said that they don't care who started it, but whoever started it, it's really built into something really big for the Divas.
Yeah, it's Michael Cole, Byron Saxton, and JBL on Raw.
I think it was Michael Cole that said it then, and JBL was agreeing with him.
Yeah, no, this was a fantastic match, and I love that Sasha is getting, the props she deserves. She's good. And I love she came into the ring, she was like, the event was in Boston. And she's like, I put the boss in Boston. I love that.
Yeah, and then she came around and then of course Nikki had to have that Yankee hat. I'm like, oh, don't represent my thing. Don't do that.
Yeah,
the Yankees lost anyway, so now guess who's not going to the World Series?
Which makes no sense because you know where Nikki's from?
I'm scared.
Arizona. And she lives in California. Or Florida, one of those.
Chick, wear your Diamondbacks or Dodgers.
Yeah.
Get the heck off my hat. Get out of here. No.
She's not from New York. I don't know where that came from.
I'll be honest. If I was at a WWE event and I'm in Boston, I like the Mets and the Yankees. I would still wear a Boston Red Sox hat and support Boston regardless. First of all, I don't believe in that whole Yankee Red Sox BS. I think the Red Sox have a really awesome team. They've got really great players, and I think the Yankees need help now that they've lost all of their good players. But before that, when they had good players, I thought both teams had really strong players. So I don't believe in that whole, if you're a Yankee fan, you can't be a Red Sox fan. You can't like the Red Sox. You have to throw rocks at them or vice versa. That's nonsense. Would I be dumb enough to wear a Yankee hat in Boston? No, absolutely. I'm a Nightwing hat.
Yeah, I think it's it's done all the time though. It's just to hype up the crowd. Either get heat or get props, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's cool, whatever.
I'm glad the Team Bad won. They deserved it.
Yeah.
After that BS with the Bell. I hate the Bellas anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, I don't like them.
Yeah.
But
But it,
Ziggler's in love with one of them.
yeah. But it's after this is the part I didn't see.
Oh God! I don't know how many things I sent you, Brent, but I know I sent you a puking emoji. At the end.
Yeah, it was like 7 messages in a row, and I was like, what the heck? If you're talking about wrestling, shut up, man. Because I didn't want to get spoiled. I wasn't watching it. Yeah.
I was like, no, please God, no. Now you can't talk about it because you didn't see it, and
Yeah.
you needed to see this. Watch it on YouTube. Summer Rae comes out and she talks about Rusev, yada yada, and then she calls him out. He comes out and she shows him this wonderful thing that she put together about their career together since the moment they got together all the way through to current day. You know, highlights of their partnership or whatever ship. And I was like, okay, you're showing Rusev you care. It's wonderful. Why is this a segment? Because I'm getting scared. And she pulls out a box. And I started writing Brand immediately. Don't you dare say yes. Tong Po, if you have any respect for human life, or do not do it. She opens it up, and you have to see it because this ring did not look like a ring. It looked like a thing that you'd tie around a pipe. It was so big. I was like, is that a ring? Or is that like just like a pipe cleaner thing? Like a pipe, what do you call it, gear? It was so big. I was like, what? And she gets down on one knee and says, marry me. And I'm like, oh, no. No. You don't want to wake up to that. No. I was like, God, if this was a moment for Rusev to break off with her and for us to get rid of her, this is the moment. And then he said yes. And that's the puking emoji I sent you. And then he said, but not now. And he shut the box. I was like, oh, God. Rusev has a chance to live still. I want him to live to turn face. And she got so mad. I wish Barry wasn't on vacation because if he could get a picture of how mad her face went. Like, I'm talking she could work for the ring. They don't have to do makeup on this girl. She's perfect for the ring. And they walked out. She's so mad. And he's like, let's go. We have to prove to each other that we belong together, that we're right for each other before I say yes 100%. I'm like, no, you never want to say yes. You never want to say yes. Yeah. Ever. God, that was... I think Hulu did it out of pity.
Maybe. You know, it's the only reason I knew about this because I was scrolling through Facebook today and a video popped up and it showed, the still image of it was her on her knee, holding. And I was like, so I messaged you. I was like, did Summer Rae propose to Rusev? Because if so, I didn't see it.
About.
Yeah, and all right. I'm kind of glad I didn't see it because it sounds really stupid. But at the same time, it is aggravating me so much how much they're cutting out of the Hulu version of Raw. It's ridiculous. There were 4 matches.
Right. There's one more match, and then you could one more match.
I'm just going to do it right now. Well,
okay, fine.
So we end on a higher note.
We'll do it now. Let's go.
We'll do it now. No.
Fix your tie. We're doing it right now. Here we go.
All right. No, I missed 4 matches on this card, plus backstage segments and stuff like this. And I missed Natty versus Paige, which was a match that I would think would be on there. It seems like an important match in this whole storyline that's going on. I'm so frustrated because it's like I can't watch it live because I can't record it. If I do record it, it's like crappy quality in my room because I don't have good quality on that channel in my room. 2, I have to sit through 3 hours of commercials that I don't really have time to do, and I don't have a DVR in the good room where I can record it properly. So, I don't know. I always have to do the Hulu version, and it cuts out half the show. I mean, we know that anyway. It's a 90-minute version, but it usually is supposed to cut down like the crap stuff, like the Sin Cara versus Kevin Owens. Okay, I can live without stuff like that. But important segments that are integral to important storylines that are going on from week to week, when you start cutting that stuff out, that's when I start getting frustrated because it's like, what's the point in even watching if I'm not getting the whole story?
What's the point of paying about $10 a month for
Yeah.
Hulu? They're gonna do that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And let's not even get on the paying for it and still having to deal with commercials thing.
And you have to pay $3 if you don't want any commercials.
Yeah.
How wonderful.
Which you know, depending on what version of Hulu you have, because now they offer Showtime, and I have the Showtime, so it would cost me.
What are Stars?
No, they might have Stars. I don't know. They have Showtime though, definitely.
I need to find a place that's gonna house Ash versus the Army of Darkness because I'm probably not gonna be able to watch it on Stars.
But I mean, if I were to add the no commercials thing, Hulu would cost me $20 a month.
No. Not worth it.
You see how ridiculous it is?
Netflix is $10. There's no commercials. It's straight up awesome. Why? I mean, personally, Netflix is superior in every way. Now, granted, Netflix really doesn't do TV shows.
Yeah. Well, how about this? Okay. NBC has an app for the Roku. I have a Roku television. NBC has an app. You put that app on your TV for free, no charge. They do have commercials, but TV shows, next day. I can watch any NBC show the very next day for free, minimal commercials. What's the point? It's starting to frustrate.
Hulu used to be free. Hulu, when it originally came out, was free. They created Plus way after, because I remember when I discovered Hulu, it was all free.
Right. But, I mean, I was under the impression when Plus came along that it would be like, oh, you get Plus and you don't have to deal with the commercials.
That's what I thought, too. Mm-hmm. That's why I didn't get it.
Yeah. And now, with the Raw, I honestly wish that they would just put Raw on the network. Just lose the TV altogether. Just put it on the network, and we'll just all watch it on the computer.
I think at this point, the way wrestling's going with WWE, no offense, but the pay-per-views are no longer on pay-per-view channels. You have to watch the WWE network. Keep one show, maybe Raw, because I don't think SmackDown will hold a good TV audience. Keep Raw on TV. Put SmackDown on the WWE Network. I mean, NXT is on the WWE Network, but everybody knows about it. Everybody knows what's going on. And later on, move Raw. Or make a WWE channel on cable.
Or do this. If you're going to keep Raw and SmackDown on TV, take Raw back down to 2 hours and make SmackDown matter.
There you go. That works, too.
That works for me. But anyway, we got another match to talk about. That's a mini rant out of the way. If you're gonna watch Raw, watch it live if you can, and if not, DVR it. Don't watch it on Hulu.
We don't sponsor Hulu. That's somebody we don't sponsor.
I do like Hulu for certain things, but not that.
Not the commercials either.
Right.
So I'm gonna leave this up to you because I walked away during the middle of the match and I never finished watching it. But it was the Open Challenge, the WWE. The United States Open Challenge with John Cena and Big E. I came back at the very end. I missed all of the middle, and I was like, I'm glad I missed it.
We got to get better at this because I did the exact same thing.
Okay, well, let me explain to everybody that this was a match that I was like, okay, I mean, it started up, New Day came out. They're like, you told us we need to get serious. So this is a big match in a big city on a big night with a big challenge that deserves a big opponent. So,
Big E.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, last week it was Xavier. I guess next week it's going to be Kofi. Is that what we're going to do?
I hope not. I hope not. But the New Day got kicked out. That's when I came back. Skipping over the match. New Day got kicked out.
Yeah.
And Big E tried to use the trombone.
Yeah.
And the ref caught him in time, took the trombone away. AA, 1, 2, 3, done. New Day didn't even bother stepping all the way out. They just came right back to the ring. Ziggler, who they beat up, who was going to be the original challenger, he came out to fight them. The Dudleys came out to fight them. And weirdly,
New Day kicked everybody's butts.
Yeah, they were out cold.
Yeah, they beat up 4 guys.
Now remember, Brant, though, Big E at one time was an unstoppable almost powerhouse.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised with Big E. Kofi Kingston and especially Xavier Woods. I can't stand that guy. But the weird thing is, I love him outside of the ring. Up, up,
Yeah.
down is my reference. What I'm talking about. He has he runs up, up, down, down, which is a gaming, which brings the wrestlers into gaming. And you'd be surprised how many wrestlers game. Tongpo Rusev is a huge gamer. Seth Rollins is a huge gamer. But Seth Rollins, he gets involved in a lot of things outside the ring, which solidifies he's a great wrestler. He's a great personality. He doesn't need to be a heel. But I was surprised. Rusev, his real voice is, I called it. But he does have a slight accent, but not the big Russian accent that he throws on the TV for the stupid Americans.
Which has slowly been going away, if you've noticed.
I don't think he could hold it.
Yeah.
But Xavier Woods is so cool outside the ring. I think that he needs to stop wrestling, be behind the scenes, or just a manager, period. And because he's so good with up, up, down, down. I love his up, up, down, down stuff.
I like him outside with the trombone. I do. I like that whole thing. I like that whole shtick. He's annoying, and he's supposed to be annoying. And say what you will. The one thing I loved about this was that New Day went over. They lost the match, yeah, but they beat the Dudleys, John Cena, and Dolph Ziggler and left them laying. That is pretty cool for those guys that have worked hard. They've tried several different gimmicks, and nothing could work, and they come together with this joke gimmick that became this runaway hit.
Well, I think it's going to harken back to John Cena telling them they needed to get more serious. So probably that's going to be like a catalyst to why New Day will kind of get more pumped up again, which I'm fine with. Just get less annoying, too.
See, I don't mind the annoying because I think that's part of their shtick. I kind of like that. I would like to see them serious in the ring, which they are. They're really good in the ring. At least, Kofi and Big E are usually the ones that are wrestling, when they do tag.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind this. I thought it was kind of cool the way it all played out. But at the same time, I'd love to see Dolph Ziggler actually get the props he deserves, too, instead of just getting laid out all the time.
I think it would be cool to have a triple threat match at the pay-per-view. Him, John Cena, obviously, and Xavier Woods. The three of them. And maybe something will happen to John Cena. He'll go on vacation. And Dolph Ziggler will carry... Because Dolph Ziggler was the Intercontinental Champ for a while, and he was good at that. Maybe it's time you give him the U.S. If you're not going to give him the world, give him the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah, do something with him. Get him out of this Rusev thing. And I think this was the first step of that, I'm hoping.
I hope.
I hope they would just move past that.
I wish Rusev would go after Kevin Owens, but Ryback has to finish with him first.
Yeah. I don't know. You think they're going to do a Rusev Sheamus thing after that brogue kick?
I hope not.
Yeah, me too.
I hope not.
I don't know who you put with Rusev at this point.
Sheamus is not even... He doesn't even matter at this point. They literally just throw him into any match just to show, hey...
Oh, my goodness.
Money in the Bank.
I just thought of something.
What?
We said Kane's not going to win. No way. They're not going to make Kane a champion. They could.
And then...
they cash in, yeah. They totally could do that. Or it could even be Rollins puts him up to do the cash in. Or something. Something crazy like that. Either way.
That would be crazy.
So, yeah, that's your Raw for this week.
Paige deserved to win. I don't care what anybody says. Natalya may be right, but that doesn't mean she has the right to beat up Paige. Paige should be the champion, period. Yeah. You know what's really funny, though? Sasha had a match tonight on NXT for NXT Takes Over.
Yeah. Against Bayley, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's the face there? Is Bayley a face?
I think so. I think Sasha's the heel.
Okay. It's hard to tell because women aren't like the men. The men keep a face. Either they're a face or a heel, period. The women are perfect because they can be a face in one match and then a heel in the next.
Yeah.
And Sasha Banks was definitely the face in the Bella match on Raw.
Yeah. Yeah, but if they were facing like PCB, they'd be the heel. So it's kind of weird.
No, I would still be for them because PCB doesn't have the P in it anymore.
Well, I know, but I'm saying that's how it was kind of set up. It was kind of like, you got PCB good, Bella's bad, and Team Bad kind of in the middle there. That's the way it was. But no, I like them. I like that they're just their own people. They're neutral, whatever.
Maybe I'll see some wrestlers in New York Comic Con. I don't know if anything wrestling-wise is going to be there. I know last year Hurricane was there.
Oh, cool. There's a hurricane.
Couldn't do anything. Yeah, but you couldn't do anything. Michael wanted to just take a picture with him, and he said, yeah, sure. $10.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even him that said it as much as it was the person that was...
His agent, probably.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, that's pretty bullshit. But okay. Jim Duggan was nicer. He talked to us for a while. We chatted. Mike asked if he could take a picture with him. He's like, I wish I could. I want to, but because I'm doing this, and he pointed to the booth, which it actually said take pictures for. He said, I can't do it, but I would love to. So he at least gave the whole, I would love to, but the reason I'm here, the reason I'm standing in front of this booth is this. I'm sure if we saw him anywhere else.
Yeah. Hey, Bruce Campbell's going to be at NYCC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. On Saturday only.
On a panel, right?
I don't know. Brandon Ross is going to be there, too.
I could care less about that right now.
Hey, he's on Legends of Tomorrow.
That's why I could care less about Brandon.
Oh, that's mean.
I love Brandon Roth, but I'm being honest with you. I don't know where Legends of Tomorrow is going till I see it.
True.
I love him. He was a great Superman. It was a good Superman in a bad movie, unlike a bad Superman in a good movie. So at least.
Shoot. All right. I don't know. I don't know if there's any wrestlers there. I'm looking, but I can't find any.
I'll see if I catch something. I'll find something somewhere. I would love, if Mattel is watching this, by the way, they've got those new WWE Masher figures. If you'd like us to review them on 123 Podcast, feel free to contact Brant.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you doing? You clapping? What are you... Jeez.
Yes, Brant, I'm doing something underneath the camera.
Ha 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 ha.
Birds, the bees, and wrestling. It's gonna stick some.
Oh, here we go. Booker T is gonna be there. I'm serious.
Oh, all of a sudden, my want to talk to wrestlers has just gone so hot down.
Okay, how about this one? Greg the Hammer Valentine. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh!
I just talked about Jim Duggan. It'd be nice to say hi to him again.
Jerry the King Lawler. He'll be there.
That's nice.
Mick Foley.
He's very nice. I talked to him once.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Really nice. I love Sergeant Slaughter. We caught him 2 years ago. He was so nice in person, it wasn't even funny.
And the guy you just mentioned, Hurricane, he's going to be there again.
Of course he will be. He's huge on comic books, the Hurricane.
Yeah.
Gregory Helms is very into comic books.
Yeah.
That wasn't a lie. When they did WCW versus WWE, he was legit when he was talking about being a fan of comic books.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's got a Green Lantern tattoo on his arm, right?
Yeah. He's a huge Green Lantern fan.
Yeah.
So, well, I'll see. I'll say hi to everybody, but I'm sure that their booths are going to all be, if you want to take a picture, you got to pay $10.
Yeah, Mick Foley, I know his signed pictures are like $20.
Yep.
I bought one. I have one.
I'm sorry. I just, no. It's just no. I mean, if you're not willing to, if it's a signed picture, that's one thing. But if you're not willing to stand next to a fan and take a picture with their camera, not even in a pose or anything, just with arms, just to say, hey, Hulk Hogan did it for free, and this is Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I think Mick Foley actually was doing that, but it was like his prints and stuff, they were like 20.
Oh, yeah, Mick Foley was. Yeah, he was doing the pictures.
Yeah. I just didn't have a camera with me at the time, so I bought one of the It was my first comic convention. I'd never met a wrestler before, so it was that kind of thing.
Some wrestlers are very nice. They understand, fans aren't there to pay for money to take pictures.
Yeah.
They're there to pay money for signed stuff, for, memorabilia. When you have to pay $10 just to stand next to somebody and take a picture, when you could go to Artist Alley and stand next to every single artist and or writer, as long as provided they don't have a super long line, and take a picture with them for free, yeah, I think that's the only bullshit part of New York Comic Con. The one thing I don't like. You want to have wrestlers there? Great. Do not have them charge for pictures when you can take pictures with anyone else. Robert Kirkman, Dan Slott, Stan freaking Lee. If you happen to bump, which he has like bodyguard security, but let's just pretend that you bump into him walking in the middle of the aisle somewhere, and you say, "Could I please take a picture with you?" He's not going to say, "Well, sure, but you got to give me $25."
Yeah.
So no wrestler should have the right to do that either.
Right. I don't know, man.
That or don't stand in the main hall. Go to one of those rooms where they do the meet and greets and stay there.
Yeah. No, that'd be better. I agree with you. So, but anyway, if you get to talk to any of them, you should talk about it on next week's episode.
I will.
Awesome.
But unfortunately, none of them are currently wrestling, so it won't be anything current.
Hurricane might be somewhere. I don't know.
No, last time he was there last year, he was with WWE, so he's still probably doing house shows and whatnot.
Maybe. I'm not sure. But, yeah. So that's our show, though. Yes, next week we will be talking about NXT TakeOver, like you said. SmackDown will be up in the air. We'll see if it's good or not.
I'll be honest, at this point, if SmackDown is just a carbon copy, honorable mentions for the matches, and that's that. NXT's taken over the slot. SmackDown just has not proven itself to me enough for me to want. And you agreed with me also, so I would have stuck. If you wanted to stick with it, I would have, but you agree with me, so I think SmackDown has a lot to prove before we'll actually sit down and discuss an entire night of SmackDown again.
Absolutely. No, I agree. And, man, if TNA wasn't so crazy, I'd even consider that, but
nope.
After what we just talked about earlier in the show, it's like, what? No.
Done. I'm sorry. No way.
Dying.
I would watch Ring of Honor before I watched that show.
Yeah. I'd watch, what was it, Lucha Underground that's like on YouTube or something? Mm-hmm. I'd watch that before.
I would go watch those little kids wrestling on a trampoline. They have an interesting show at least.
Have you ever seen, what is it called, Chikara wrestling?
No.
You need to look up Chikara. They do some weird stuff on that one, dude.
I'm actually debating about building a ring in my backyard and opening backyard championship wrestling.
They do, like, they'll go into slow motion and just, like, do slow motion stuff. Or they'll do, like, put people in a trance and make them do whatever. They do weird. It's funny. It's funny to watch, though. It's really, I'm going to send you some links later. It's some fun stuff.
Backyard championship wrestling. I fight Brent. Winner gets the belt.
I'm not going to say that.
You could try.
I could try. All right. We'll see. You going to do that? I ain't even got to show it. Look at all that right there.
Look at the veins.
Yeah, look at the veins. Look at the veins.
You trying to hit on me or something? No! Oh, man.
We apologize to all our viewers. We love you guys. Well,
I still have the belt, though.
Yeah. What, are we going to do a pose-off? Will we Rick Rude, the Ultimate Warrior here? Lex Luger up in the house.
I wonder,
pull out the steroids.
Ring? Could you buy a wrestling ring? I wonder if
sure you could.
I wonder if they sell it. I have a huge backyard, and I'm actually thinking about it. That or a trampoline, a big trampoline.
Cage it in.
Well, yeah, no, they have the big ones have to have the walls because they're so big.
Yeah. He's gonna be looking at trampolines.
Hey, tax return season's coming soon.
Your brother's gonna get thrown around like a rag doll. Poor guy.
Hey, he'll love it. He'll probably do like the Ric Flair thing. He'll walk into the face.
Oh shoot! All right, so let's wrap this one up.
Yeah,
About an hour and a half now. Yeah, we've been wrapped up. All right, so again, we've already said check us out next week. We'll be back to regular edits and all that good stuff, fun stuff, and who knows? Maybe we'll even have new intros.
Woo!
We'll see.
You see what Brand did there? Brand threw a tidbit in.
A tidbit.
Tidbit.
It's a bit. It's a tit. I don't know what that means.
I don't even know what you're going about.
Don't know. It's a little bitty tease there. That's what that is. If you guys have any comments, leave them below. Let us know what you think. Who you think's gonna win in a backyard wrestling match between Chris and myself. You know it's me. You know it's right here. Yeah. So, that's with the best. You end up like all the rest.
Trained by the best. I was trained by Sting. You can't.
I'm trained by Sting. I'm trained by Sting, the musician.
Oh, nope. I've already taken down people big twice the size of me.
Okay.
I mean, twice the size, like 7 foot tall people taken down. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's called a metal bat.
Hey, now.
No.
I'm bringing the sledgehammer then.
You bring the sledgehammer, I'll bring the bat. We'll see which one comes first. Michael could be the referee.
I'll pull a Rikishi and run you over with a car. I did it for the Rock.
Oh God, that was the worst story. That was so dumb. And then they repeated it with Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
It was you, Triple H.
Oh man. Anyway, you guys can also email us at zone4@comicrelated.com. Check out all the other Zone 4 podcasts on zone4podcast.com.
Yep, I have a few podcasts that will be coming up in the end of this year, beginning of next. Last Ember Press, we should be doing a live show soon also.
Oh, yeah.
That's coming up the beginning of next month, November.
Yeah, which will be perfect because it'll be after our con, so we can talk
Right, that's when we'll be working on all the new projects. Brant and I have a book that's really going to set a new trend, hopefully, for a trend that's going on now. And then I have my book, which hopefully will be out by Christmas at this point. Rant. I have already finished the script. I'm waiting for you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm waiting for you.
I have the money.
Like a Hogan. You.
Okay, I think I gave Brant the wrong idea. I'm not going to beat you up, Brant, so forget
Rip it off.
So, if you do that live, what kind of shirt is that? What do you got? What pictures on your shirt?
It's just a graphic.
Good, rip the shirt.
I'm not ripping the shirt.
Call Lisa in the room so you can witness.
What?
She's got to be a witness.
Oh, shoot. Anyway. No, yeah, because all our YouTube viewers aren't witness enough, right?
Well, it's post-live.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. I'm so
Which is not live. We're not live right now. We don't have comments to look at.
That's right. That's true. So if you guys leave comments, we'll answer in the comments, or we'll answer next week, or whatever.
Yes.
So
maybe we'll do a live if you guys want at some point. I'm really loving doing this live watching thing. It's a lot of fun. Maybe we'll watch a live pay-per-view sometime or another.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
Maybe
not
Hell in the Cell.
No.
Maybe when things change, if they change, the next pay-per-view.
Yeah. Plus, my con is actually that weekend, so I wouldn't be able to do it anyway.
Right. October's a very busy month for both of us. So that's why the Chris and Brand shows have been kind of here and there, because now I've got a con, so for the next 4 nights I'm going to be either exhausted sleeping or in the middle of a convention going kind of completely crazy.
Maybe. Maybe Survivor Series or Royal Rumble, maybe, or WrestleMania. See if we want to wait that.
Royal Rumble would be perfect because that one's got like all those wrestlers coming in and out.
Yeah.
And then you got that surprise wrestler that comes in and gets thrown out.
That's my absolute favorite event ever.
Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Me too. I like it.
Yeah.
I wish they'd do more of them. Like over the top rope. I think when it's not the Royal Rumble, it's considered an over the top rope elimination match.
Elimination match, yeah.
I remember when WCW did that with the 3 rings. Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah.
All the WCW roster was out there for that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was a lot of people.
And the NWO dominated, so it was a lot of NWO that were left at the end, and then Sting and DDP and everybody else was slowly getting rid of them one by one.
Yeah.
Okay, enough reminiscing. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you guys back here next Wednesday for another 123 podcast. Hope you had a blast. Bunch of links in the description below, like Brent said.
Sorry, I was giving sound effects for you.
Yeah, it's going to happen to you. 1, 2, 3.
Uh-huh.
Keep my belt.
No, you're going to be going, I give up, I tap.
I'm master of submissions.
You're master of submissions now, okay.
I'm like the Seth Rollins, John Cena. I'll have you in suplex twice, and then I'll switch it up into the whatever John Cena calls that weird move.
STF?
Yeah, sure.
All right. We'll see.
We will.
It's
In
all...
what? When? Several... We will do this through the WWE video game, which you can play on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
There you go.
We're going to get down like Nick Brown on the video games.
Who's Nick Brown?
But I don't care. I'm tired. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I have to get up by 11 to be there at 12. So.
Oh, wow. You're not going to get any sleep.
No, I'm not. It's hard.
It's like 7 hours, 8 hours.
That's not enough. I've been getting 2 hours of sleep for the past 5 days.
See, that's more like me. Now, see, he's trying to be like me. That's what.
No, because you sleep when I'm awake, and I'm awake when you're asleep.
Okay, we need to end the show.
Yes.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
Post-show.
I know.
Links in the description. Zone 4, Comic Frontline, things connected right here to this channel. Stay tuned for my channel. There's going Zone 4, absolutely. There's a lot of stuff coming Zone 4's way. We're going to do hit points soon. I'm going to drag Brand. I actually have an idea for hit points, which I'm not saying on this show. We're going to save it for the next episode, and I'm going to talk to Brand about it right after we end this. Take care, everybody. Stay tuned for an update on my channel for the...
For the what?
The update video about my blogger in about a week or so. After Comic-Con, that's for sure, because the blogger needs a lot of work first.
And just remember, us with the CWO, we ain't for life. We forever.
I'm wearing that shirt tomorrow, actually. So I'm wearing it tomorrow. So if you're at New York Comic-Con and you're watching this video, which, how are you watching this video when you're at Comic-Con? Go enjoy the convention! But if you do see me, I'll be wearing the CWO shirt. Come shake hands, say hi. I got Comic Frontline cards. We can chill. We can have a good time, a conversation, do a video.
You just reminded me of something. Never go on. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, I'm done. That was it. Do a video and that's it.
All right, cool. So we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Bye,
Night,
guys.
everybody. Bye, everybody. Morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Everything, everybody. Good night, mate.
Good night.